I'm Dr. Doug Levin. I'm the Associate Director of the Center for Environment and Society. I have a bachelor's degree in marine biology, a master's in coastal geology and glacial geology, and a PhD in marine science with an emphasis on coastal geology. Tangier Island and Smith Island, all those, there's two things that are happening to them. It's not just sea level rise. Well, sea level rise is coming up to inundate them, but what else? Also, erosion. What happens with sea level rise, it's not just flooding, but waves come into contact with the land and cause erosion. So sea level rise isn't just about something static and water going over it. It's about waves coming in contact with it and eroding it laterally from the side. Sea level rise is ultimately exacerbating the wave erosion. But even without sea level rise, those islands would be gone because there's no more sediment coming in to make them bigger. Right? Coastal erosion occurs because there's no sediment supply, regardless of the fact that sea level might be coming up. The smaller the island gets, the less people can inhabit it, right? Mm-hmm. So it affects them not just in their land, but in their lifetime investment in their house. As the land gets smaller and smaller, they don't have any resale value. Well, you can see, I mean, there are books that show you maps of how robust the landforms were, not 100 to 50 years ago. To me, it's fascinating. You know, sea level is coming up, climate has changed. We don't call it global warming anymore. There was some bureaucratic change in terminology while I was at NOAA that we weren't allowed anymore to call it global warming. We had to call it climate change. It was more politically correct to discuss. I mean, the thing of it is that, yeah, sea level was rising. Globally or geologically, it's not an unfounded process. You know, 60 million years ago, 60 to 90 during the Cretaceous, there were no ice caps, there was no ice. So sea level was at a maximum. So sea level has come up and gone down before with between glacial times. Sea level is rising, we're losing ice. I mean, that's documented. Is it being exacerbated by humans? Absolutely. Greenhouse gases are increasing. During the Industrial Revolution, there's more, we're keeping the heated air in our atmosphere for a longer period of time, for sure it's increasing. With Conowingo Dam and all these other erosion control structures in the Susquehanna or the other rivers, we have reduced our sediment supply, which historically has renourished Tangier Island, Smith Island, things like that. So it's not just sea level rise, it's also a reduction in the sediment supply coming in.